Today, we explore the transformation journey of LT Foods India as they reimagine their supply chain to strengthen their business operations. With me, we will interact with Ritesh Arora, CEO of LT Foods India and Far East. You would agree that agility and responsiveness are critical in driving the evolving consumer behaviors. How did LT Foods decide to rethink and revamp its supply chain strategy to meet these particular business requirements?
LT Foods is a 70-year-old plus organization with a global footprint. We are an FMCG company which deals with specialty rice and rice-based products. And we have brands like Daawat and Royal which have market shares like 30% in India and 50% in US. It was our need that we evolved our supply chain with it, and that's how the journey started for us to come up with the thought process of taking the next leap in our journey in supply chain planning and digitalizing further and becoming a more data-driven, transparent organization. We were facing delays in our supply chain. Most of the supply planning was done on Excel, and stockouts, loss of business, the priority setting in terms of which orders to be given first priority, that metrics was weak, and a lot of these decisions were more people dependent and intuition dependent than data dependent. After understanding the challenge statements that we are having and the problems that we were facing to grow at the rate that we were desiring to, we went out, we met a couple of consultants, we saw a couple of softwares, and that's when we came across EY and the tool Asterisk. And I think the best thing that we liked about the tool was that it was as agile as we wanted it to be. It was outfitted and treated and created as per our needs and requirements. Looking back at 2020, how would you say that you got the whole thought process right on day one, and the project kicked off well in time and was executed within the timeline? So what was your key first step that you took to be ready for this project?
The EY Asterisk digital platform bridges the gap between performance and plan. As we designed the approach at LT Foods, we put together a set of design workshops, co-collaborated and co-designed with the entire supply chain team, the end-to-end supply chain planning systems. We deployed the Asterisk digital capabilities and brought in successfully a transformation in the end-to-end supply chain. There were 5 primary foundations we wanted to establish. The first one was analytics-led control tower, where key focused metrics were made available to the leaders to drive their interactions with business teams and functional leaders. 10 to 12 dashboards were made available to the sales, supply chain, manufacturing, and procurement teams that enabled planning their daily activities, what do we do today, tomorrow, and how to prioritize. Finally, having this single version of truth enabled collaboration and progressive growth for the organization. The second one, order management and replenishment. Through setting scientific inventory norms across the network, we were able to transition to a pull-based replenishment system for end-to-end, reducing the lead time to serving customers, improving range availability, and making sure we're able to achieve higher order of customer service levels. Third, supply planning. So we built in optimization models to take in market dynamics, market realities with manufacturing constraints and business rules to make sure that we are able to generate plans and recommend daily plans to achieve the requirements in the market and be agile on a day-to-day basis. On demand planning, we leveraged AI/ML algorithms of Asterisk to provide statistical forecasts and enable bottoms-up collaboration planning across the sales team. This brought in a sense of systems and ownership in the numbers that were given, enabling improved performance and execution across supply chain. On the network design bit, LT Foods has been on a growth journey since. Through leveraging optimization models, we identified and right-sized the network, and we extended the network from 6 depots to 12 depots. It was a pretty significant transformation that the entire LT Foods and EY collaborated in to deliver. How did this actually translate into business improvements for LT Foods?
So first of all, I would like to say that the dashboards that the team created are so helpful and insightful that I think those are one of the dashboards that I still review on a daily basis, and it helps me to ask the right questions. And some of the KPIs that we built into the dashboards are smart. They give you the right insights as well. So we built reports which were root cause analysis, which gave us, it made the whole journey much more easier. Also, the conversation between the teams became much more concrete and data driven. So that, I think, was the biggest takeaway for us, and I think that was the visibility and transparency of data across all functions, I think, brought in the maximum amount of success, and especially in my position when running a team and organization this size. Other than that, all the other tools, be it replenishment of depots, that made sure that all our stockouts have reduced. Our overall inventory, I remember before the project started, we were fluctuating anywhere between 40 to 45 days in finished good inventory. That came down to 20 days, and it still is at fluctuates anywhere between 15 to 21 days, even if you open those dashboards today. So I think that's another success, that the tool and the way the project was implemented, it is not something that it is now part of the culture. It's now part of the day-to-day, and it's something that has helped us to be more agile in the whole fact that we've almost doubled our revenues since the project has been deployed. And this has been possible because of the data transformation, the transparency, the reduced stockouts, the better replenishment of depots, and therefore our customers, retailers and distributors. And I'll be very honest, right? Service level was calculated before that on Excel. So from that, where we created a baseline with EY, and that was somewhere around 70% odd, and that went up to 95, and it still fluctuates anywhere between 90 and 95 service level in the 24 to 48 hour targets that we've set for ourselves. In terms of range availability, during the project we took it up to 95, and it still fluctuates anywhere between 85 and 95 depending on seasonality. But these are things which were not very transparent earlier, and they are, and the whole root cause around them, it's a lot of culture change that takes place during that process. And at LT side, I think our team across all plants and supply chain planning was very agile, and to pick up and change with the time and need of the business to pick this up. And I think now if you go back to them and tell them that you have to live without a tool like this, I think they will push back very hard. So one of the key learnings is obviously you need to have a vision setting where you sit down with your team and you internally align a vision with your team. Then obviously finding the right partners to work with, right tool. I think that's once these two key steps are done, where your internal alignment is there on the vision, you have the right team to be part of the project, and they are equally as excited like someone like me or someone like from EY side like you, then the project sort of becomes much more easier because the culture change becomes much more easier. And I remember that during the time we were executing the project, our communication around every milestone that was achieved was very continuous. There were a lot of daily, weekly, monthly reviews that happened during those 6 to 9 months. So keeping a very sharp eye on each and every deliverable from both the organizations helped successfully deploying that project. And we had the KPIs set very right, the baseline, the expectations from day one from both the organizations were very sharp and clear. I think that also added to that.
So transformation exercise like what LT Foods had gone through, the fact that all of that is still sustainable speaks loud about the organization's capability to continue with the transformation. It is a process-led journey where the digital capabilities enable to deliver standardization, continuous improvement, transparency, visibility, and high level of adoption. We heard about how Asterisk has been well adopted within the organization and continues to deliver the results for leapfrogging on their success factors year after year. Thank you so much, Ritesh, for your time. It has been a wonderful experience, and we always have a pleasure to have this interaction with you. Thank you.
Thank you.